Once again, a big round of applause and thank you to all our organizers and sponsors, the IAS Officers Association of Bihar, the Bihar Museum, Extra C, BSACS, HDFC Bank, SBI, Union Bank of India, Upendra Maharati Shilp Anusandhan Sansthan, Patna and Biada. Thank you very much. Right, we'll give you the answer sheets very shortly, but let me take you through the rules in the meanwhile of the word be. Teams of 3 members, you can also play as team of 2 or solo. Top 8 teams, just like the quiz, 25 questions on spelling, words and etymology, all in English. So this is I'm just calling it out as a very English specific event. We cannot do translations and call-outs in Hindi for this event. It's about the English language, so it's entirely in English. All spellings must be in British English. Right answers in block letters. No negative marking. And one very important rule, at the end of the finals, if there is a tie, we will be using your scores in the preliminary round to break those ties. There are no separate tiebreakers in the finals. Right? Okay, we can start distributing answer sheets, please, quickly. So it'll be 25 questions, questions of various types. In some cases, it's just a pure spelling. In some cases, it's like a quiz question about the origin of the word, and so on. Even, I just want to also remind you that there will be some questions where you have to figure out the word and answer. Even there, you have to get your spellings right, right? So spellings have to be accurate throughout, irrespective of whether I'm calling out the word or asking you to figure out what the word is. Can you please distribute sheets a little quickly, please? Extra C team? Yeah, perhaps just take a bunch from there. I will also not be repeating any of the questions in the prelims because we're running on a tight schedule. There are people who have to leave later today. So we're aiming to finish this as soon as possible. Please remember, it's a written preliminary round. Please don't stand up and give out an answer. We need you to write the answer down on that sheet that you have. Does everybody have an answer sheet? Whoever needs an answer sheet, please raise your hands. Everybody has an answer sheet? Okay, great. Let's get started. Here is the first question of the prelims of Word B 2023. Let's play. These are words that are commonly misspelled, right? 6-letter word. It means a division of a government department or an independent administrative unit. Usage, the CBI is a law enforcement bureau responsible for investigating and combating crime. So your word is bureau. Only teams of 3, please don't collaborate in multiple teams. First word, bureau. Next one, 8-letter word. Okay, second word. 8-letter word of high price or great value, very valuable or costly. The art collection at the museum is full of precious works from renowned artists. Your word is precious. Okay, second word is precious. Third one, move on please. Next. 8-letter word meaning deeply appreciative of kindness, thankful. I am grateful to you for your help. Grateful. First 5 are rather easy, meant for everybody to score. We have lots of young students here. Third word is grateful. Number 4, a discussion involving differing points of view or debate, another 8-letter word. They were involved in an argument about inflation. Fourth word, argument. And the 5th word, similar. 8-letter word, capacity for producing a desired result or effect. The efficacy of the new medication has been proven in clinical trials. Efficacy. Your word is efficacy. Efficacy. The efficacy of the new medication has been proven in clinical trials. So these 5 words I called out to you. The next 5 words, you have to figure out the word and write it down. Okay? Number 6. 4-letter word meaning a device for joining together a pair of draft animals like oxen. What is a 4-letter word? That means a device for joining together a pair of draft animals like oxen. We've given you some visuals, etc. to help out wherever possible. I mean, that's what this means. It's up to you. I thought nobody will ask clarifications in a word B. You're proving to be a proper quizzer and asking clarifications in this also. Okay. Number 7. A combination of 2 or more cells electrically connected to work together to produce electric energy. 7 letters. Okay, what is this? What do you see on the screen? What is the combination of two or more cells electrically connected to work together to produce energy? All right, next. Another 7-letter word, probably the toughest one of this set. The tube with its surrounding membrane and muscles that connects the mouth and nasal passages with the esophagus. There are biology students or medical students, you should get this for sure. What is the tube with its surrounding membrane and muscles that connects the mouth and nasal passages with the esophagus called? 7-letter word. Moving on to 9. Easy one, a dry and crisp or hard bread and thin flat cakes made without yeast. What is this? Take an obvious guess. You see on the right, whatever that is, just write it. This is the easiest question probably of the set. Whatever you see on the right, that's what it is. Write the correct spelling though. And 10. Long 13-letter word, a plane figure having 4 sides and 4 angles. So this is one for people interested in mathematics. Word which has a figure which has 4 sides and 4 angles. So examples are square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus and kite. 13-letter word, longest word of the prelims. Right, those 5 are done. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, these are the star mark questions. These will be used to break ties. These are the quizzy type questions. This is practiced by many tribes around the world for centuries. It was used to signify status, rank or tribe membership and sometimes had spiritual or ritualistic significance. It is a permanent design or marking made using ink or pigments. What word is this that derives from a Tahitian word meaning to mark something? Very common word. All of you know this word. So for the next 5 questions, we'll be clear. Since these are the quizzy type questions, half points if you get the wrong spelling, full points and the star if you get the correct spelling as well. We are not telling you the number of letters that you have to figure out. What is this? A very common word that's used in English these days that derives from the Tahitian word meaning to mark something. Okay, 12. This word refers to the highest point in the sky directly above the observer. Its etymology is from the medieval Latin word, which ultimately comes from the Arabic samt al-ras, meaning the way or path over the head. Which word? Yeah, please use samt al-ras and say it multiple times in your head and try to figure out what this word could be. This English word that means the highest point in the sky directly above the observer. This creamy preparation of soap is generally made by combining sodium lauryl sulfate with a coarse surfactant in water. The English word is derived from the Hindi word champna, which means to knead or press. What is the word? Very common, something that all of you have at home and all of you use at home. What is this word? Simple word, very well-known word. It says creamy preparation of soap. So think of something like soap that you have at home. And look at the Hindi word there, champna. From there you can work out the English word. Okay, next. The word entered the English language during the Crusades. It's another word derived from the Arabic word meaning users of hashish. It refers to a person who carries out a murder, usually for political or religious reasons. Which word is this? So it's used to refer to somebody who carries out a murder and gets paid for it. Who is this? What is this word? It comes from Arabic word for users of hashish. Those clues are given for a reason. Again, say hashish and all that a couple of times in your head and try to figure out an English word which means a killer or a murderer. And the last of this set, stars. The name of this medical profession is derived from the Latin word meaning of or pertaining to cattle, as it originally focused on the health of livestock. Over time, it expanded to include the health of all domesticated animals. What field in medicine is this? Here we'll accept minor variants. We want one form of the answer, but if you write some other forms, that's also fine. In this, we'll accept. So long as you spell it correctly, irrespective of which you write. Which field in medicine? It's called dash medicine. Very simple. All the clues are there. Health of all domesticated animals. So who is a medical professional who tends to domesticated animals? Okay. Stars are done. Let's go to 16. Yeah, this is the beehive. So the answer is hidden in the hive with the letters adjacent to each other. Okay. So you'll have to do it like a pattern where it's next to each other. A ruler of ancient Egypt who was considered to be divine and held absolute power over his subjects. Make sure that the answer you're giving, just make sure that it fits. Adjacent means it could go in any direction. It could go up, down, left, or right. This one's a slightly tricky one in the sense of getting the correct spelling. Make sure you get the spelling right. Okay, you got that? Everyone, we'll move to the next one. Another 7-letter word, a speech directed to a group of people, a form by which the location of a building is described. One thing is that all the words will start from the left extreme only. Okay? Words will not start from something in the middle randomly. All words will start, the first letter will be in the left extreme row. So in this case, the first letter will be either A, M, A or L. Okay? Not jumbled. They are not jumbled. If you start, the next letter will be in the immediate next tile, but it could be in any direction, up, down, left or right, or diagonal, whatever. Very simple word. How do you describe the location of a building? That's all it is. If you want to ask somebody to come to your house, what would you do? Yes, like I said, the patterns could go up, down, etc. So, it's a 7-letter word. Okay, next. Okay, go back to the previous one for another 5 seconds. 9-letter word, a system of persons or things arranged in a graded order. You would have heard this word being used maybe in history, when you talk about kings and rulers and so on. You may also hear it very much in the corporate world, when you talk about the various levels of people. Remember that the answers will start from the left column, and it's a 9-letter word, right? I think enough time on that. 19. 8-letter word. In Britain, this is a police officer ranking between constable and inspector. In the US, it's a police officer ranking below a captain. And don't rush with your spelling. Look at the grid and spell it accordingly. It's an 8-letter answer. The same word is used in both the UK and the US. In UK, it means between constable and inspector. In the US, it means below a captain. And 20. A method of extracting the active ingredients from a plant or other substance by boiling it in water. I'll give you another nice clue. This is definitely a word you would have heard in context of coffee. Last 5, once again spellings, I will call out the word. 9-letter word, meaning the quality or state of being closely connected or appropriate. This film has contemporary relevance. We've given you the number of letters count in most places. Make sure your answer matches the number count. 22. 10-letter word, free from moral blemish or impurity, pure. The hotel room was immaculate, with not a speck of dust in sight. Immaculate. 23. Another 10-letter word, a pair of glasses for correcting defective vision. She put on her spectacles to read the small print. Easy one, spectacles. The spellings in general, the prelim should not be very difficult. The differentiator will be the etymology questions. Spectacles. Okay, moving on, 24. 7-letter word, to make or become liquid. The sun was so hot that it began to liquefy the ice cream in my cone. Liquefy. And the last one, 12-letter word, the faculty of understanding. Albert's intelligence is evident in the way he approaches problems. Intelligence. Simple word to end. Intelligence. Intelligence. Okay, very, very, very quick rerun from 1. Yeah. First word, bureau. Second word, precious. Third word, grateful. Fourth word, argument. Fifth word, efficacy. Sixth question, 4-letter word, device for joining together a pair of draft animals. Seventh question, a combination of 2 or more cells electrically connected. Eighth question, tube with its surrounding membrane and muscles that connects the mouth and nasal passages. Ninth question, simple one, what do you see there? 10th question, a plane figure having 4 sides and 4 angles like square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus and kite. Start questions. 11, Tahitian word meaning to mark something, a permanent design or marking. 12, from Arabic for Samt al-Ras means the highest point in the sky. 13, something you have at home and that you use. English word comes from a Hindi word champna, creamy preparation of soap. 14, a person who carries out a murder for political or religious reasons comes from Arabic for users of hashish. And 15, the field of medicine that deals with the health of domesticated animal. 16, end of stars. 16, ruler of ancient Egypt, 7 letters. We'll hold on to this. These next 5 will go a little slow. Be careful with your spelling on this one. 17, speech directed to a particular group of people or a form by which the location of a building is described. If you have to ask people to come to your house, you will give them your what? 18, 9-letter word, a system of persons or things arranged in a graded order, used in historical context, used in corporate context. 19, in Britain, it's a police officer ranking between constable and inspector. In the US, it's a police officer ranking between below a captain. 8-letter word. Hold on to this. And the last of the beehives, a method of extracting the active ingredients from a plant or other substance. On this one? Yeah, okay. Like I told you, it's a word you would have heard in context of coffee. And remember, all words start with a letter on the extreme left of the grid. So your answer here has to start with B, P, A or D. Looks like this is going to be the toughest one of the set. I mean, if you've ever had South Indian filter coffee in your life, this is a word you would have definitely come across. Okay, last 5. Relevance. 21, 22, immaculate. 23, spectacles. 24, liquefy. 25, intelligence. Okay. Please start turning in your sheets. Volunteers, please start collecting quickly. Let's do this a little fast. We're going to take only a 15-20 minute break, hopefully, to correct all the sheets and then quickly start the finals.